5 stories that will make you lock your doors tonight. Before we begin, I need you to understand something. These aren't just stories. These are warnings. And by the time you finish listening, you'll never feel safe the same way again. Let me tell you about the apartment I lived in, the one I thought was safe. It started small, innocent even. An iPod, gone. A camera, vanished. Nothing you'd call the police about. Nothing that screamed danger. Just missing things. I told myself I was being careless, forgetful. What else could it be? Then I noticed the locks. I had a habit, a strict habit. I never locked the doorknob, only the deadbolt, the one without a keyhole on the outside, the one that kept me safe. But some mornings, when I went to leave, the doorknob was locked. I convinced myself I'd done it without thinking, because the alternative was impossible. 7 months in, I was sitting in my living room when I heard it. Movement, right outside my door. The apartment was small, every sound carried. So I stood up, walked closer, and I watched as the doorknob slowly turned. The door pushed open, 1 inch, 2 inches, until it hit the deadbolt. Whoever was on the other side stopped, then slowly, carefully, pulled the door shut. I heard the key slide into the lock. Click. They locked the doorknob behind them. I didn't scream. I didn't move. My brain completely shut down. Someone with a key had just tried to walk into my apartment, while I was home. The only thing between me and them was that deadbolt. My husband was deployed. I was the only one with keys, or so I thought. Suddenly, everything made sense. Someone had been coming in, taking things, locking the door behind them. And that day, they didn't know I was there. I never found out who it was, but months after I moved out, a friend told me something chilling. Every single maintenance worker in that building had been fired for theft, for entering apartments, for creeping. I will never forget the sound of that doorknob turning. My mother was 20 years old when someone tried to kill her. She doesn't talk about it much, but I know the story because I was there. I was 2. She lived with a roommate named Emily, both in nursing school, both young, both trying to build their lives. One night, Emily wanted to go out drinking. My mom had studying to do, but she didn't want Emily to go alone. So she made a choice. She took me, and we stayed the night at my grandparents' house. The next day, Emily didn't show up to class or work. When my mom came home, Emily's car was gone, but her purse was still inside. Police found signs of a break-in, evidence of violence. Emily's car was discovered abandoned, her body not far away. The man responsible was caught, and in court, the truth came out. Emily wasn't his target. My mother was. This happened in 1985. My mom survived. I survived. But I still think about it. How one decision, one night, changed everything. University at Buffalo, early 2000. At orientation, they told us the campus was safe, incredibly safe. They mentioned one murder, years ago, on a bike path. What they didn't mention? The killer was never caught. Years later, during one of the darkest periods of my life, I was walking home late at night, alone. That's when I noticed the car, a green sedan, circling. Once, twice, 3 times. The man inside was staring at me, trying to get my attention. And with every pass, he grew more aggressive. I realized I was in real danger. There was nowhere to run, no one around. So I did the only thing I could think of. I ran into the middle of the street, waving my arms, screaming for help. Car after car passed me by, until finally a van stopped. I got in. As we pulled away, I looked back. The green sedan crept past us, and I locked eyes with the man inside. I will never forget those eyes. Years later, I was reading the news. A serial offender had been arrested, active in that exact area, during the exact years I lived there. When I saw his photo, my stomach dropped. I recognized him immediately. I know who I saw that night. In college, one of my roommates had terrible judgment.
Don't miss the next terrifying tale. Subscribe to Hanuman Fear Files.